Mr. One-on-One, the trench town boy.
That's correct. The trench town boy. And we're here this morning to have a conversation, a civil conversation with Gintu. I must start by asking him, Gintu, welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Hello, beautiful people, wherever you are. Welcome back. It's _Gintu back again, and today. Let's focus and make it happen for today. Here I am is one of the section that I am growing much of the greens to supply the vulnerables, and these are called the story buildings or the story gardens that I've built here to make sure that I'm getting some several and good quality of the fresh green vegetables out of this section. But regardless of everything that is being performed behind the scene, performed in every section of every part, agriculture is the backbone and the economy of Kenya. I don't know what about your country, wherever you are coming from. And here in Kenya, we really get everything from agriculture. Wherever you are a teacher, you are a doctor, you have to eat. Wherever you are a good, wealthy person, a dynasty, a poor person, a poverty guy, vulnerables, you have to eat. Where are the eateries coming from? Agriculture. And I've based myself into such kind of an economic structure to make sure that I'm supplementing to anyone and everyone who is in need for free. I don't need even a single cent because I have developed it into something that it can never be finished. But regardless of how things are going, we substantiate. We get it this way. Right now, they are now tackling me and getting my name and a concept, making it as a concept of running their own intermittent formations, intermittent extravaganza exceptions. We can talk about, they're now claiming my name Gintu is becoming their own head trick. They're becoming much of the social media because of development, because of making sure that we are substantiating and making sure that everyone will be getting the real format about what is happening unto the village. If everybody is going to talk about the positive, this kind of a government is bringing the positivity, yet there's molestations behind. Are we going right? This government, it has an hidden agenda about the people of the village. Is that development? The government is using their integrity and also their aggressiveness to attack people. Talk about, I am the commander satisfying this government. I will walk with a machete everywhere, every time. Is that development? Talking about, we want to turn you into an attributary. We want you to move away and away and away from the river source we ever knew you. Is that development? We want to know what is always coming to the real concept of your mind. Whenever it comes and saying to the people who are watching you and talking about you are a leader, you want to be served as a honorable, but how the people are seeing you as an horrible person. Is it going to be so good as you're talking that I lured people with money, the ladies, you ever knew, even you lured money to the parents, so as the case cannot move forward? Is this a development? Talking about a lady, a minor, can you just bring him or her onto the platform? Talk yourself. Are you good with this development? Are you good with this government? How and everything that they're just doing? Is that development? Whenever it now comes for you, court and all I talk about the sources of the security and also child right protection are coming to this government to say that no, what you have done, it's not right. What is doing this part is not right. You are all people, you are civil servant people working this government. They are molesters. Not only molesters, they are bribers. Now you want to sue the government. And they talk about, no, you are an attributary in our government, so keep quiet. These things are this way. The ladies themselves, they acknowledged it to happen. Is that development? Coming out and saying, I'm gonna be saying this to everyone. I'm going to work with the people to make sure that I'm suing this kind of a person because of interrogating and making sure that your government is put in place, should act perpendicularly. Cry of justice always is coming. Is that development? Everything it's coming to you, it's none of your business. Everything talked, everything put in focus so as you can just evacuate and know that this is wrong, this is right. They are not getting the independence. Is that development? Attacking everyone, whoever comes with a point that you know you have ever done it. You're talking about they're ungrateful. The government is always fighting even the small stakeholder, a small stakeholder. You are getting millions of money as your government. You have brought much of the visitors to come and help your government, to run your government. And yet you're using them to fight the same people of your area. Is that development? Using the visitors, using the people who are coming to invest, which are called the investors in quote, bringing them in a war, in a different world, in a different country with nation, which is a different nationality. Is that development? Just an investor has talked about, because I'm going to use this kind of a road that this government, they have been always having, and it was given out via the same local people that are put in this kind of a wallpaper always. They're being chased, they're always insulted. They have given you for free without charging you money. And you're talking about this is how it's going. Is that development? Let me receive a call, then we continue. Hey, Maria Kidi.
Hello.
Yes, Maria. Yes. Poa sana. Kupata email. Or email. Okay, email is 66 Isibania. No, yako no, ni a post office. I'm giving you for the post office. Kuna post office, lazima itumo kwa post office yenye iko karibu na wewe. No, yo labda nitakutumia namba ya Mwita Junior umuulize, ama ya Mogesi. Kama uko na namba ya Mogesi umuulize. Okay, acha nikutumia namba ya Mogesi. Thank you. She's Maria Kidi, and I think she's one of the decent ladies Once upon a time, she ever worked in one of these kind of the government several years ago. But what has happened? What has happened? What has happened with this government? Whenever they see you are now having your own investors, you bring your own investors, not only linking up the government. You are doing a terrible mistake. You're going to be fired with an immediate effect. Is that development? Nyabohanse need a person who can talk and act, judge, and make sure that everything is going simultaneously without any kind of an interruption or an infect. And that's what we want. But saying, guys, you know what? My investors, please. There's somebody called Gintu somewhere, the real G. He's the one who is giving me a sleepless night always. And my platform is not moving always. He's negativizing my own things. And now people are losing trust from me. You are now sending the people, telling them, how can I sue this person? And you are drill a Kenya, needing a help from the same people whom you want to invest with. Is that development? The government that doesn't understand their own people who are just around the village, saying, yes, I have more than 10 people I'm taking to school, this is the government saying. But whenever you count the people they're just talking about, they're in school, the school they're talking about, people will judge it's a secondary school, which is more than a high school. But they're still in primary school where they are paying less than $20 a year, talking about this development. They're always criticizing and intimidating everyone to run from one point to another, and that's their own laugh. Always they're laughing for that because you are being chased with the police from this section to another section. They will ever see their mouth coming to a far end of where the mouth can reach. You'll think they want a bisectional constitution or bisectional, binomial nomenclature. It's unto their own position. Is that development? They want to deal with you perpendicularly per unit time, per unit area, because of interrogating and making sure that this kind of a government, it has a miscellaneous challenge and an infect that people don't need outside here. They need a change a little bit so as even everyone can depend on him or her own self. Is that development? The government which criticize the same fathers and mothers, talking about, you know, this person called this person ever started doing, he wanted to commit suicide using a rope in his own house. And it was just clouting because of, you know, there's nothing this kind of a family it can do. And you intersectionalized yourself into that family and no one ever talked about it's a force, go and help such kind of a family. But now you want to react about it. Is that development? I hate one woman in this village. I hate one woman in this village. I don't want any kind of the things doing with this woman. And it's a snitchy woman. Yet whenever you started doing some videos so as people can cherish with you and say that you are doing a best thing, you are using that woman to collect donations. Is that development? Maria. Ndio nataka nikutumie yenye nafanya sahi. Sahi. So she needs a number of Mogesi and make sure that is contacting Mogesi to have there's a shipment that's coming. And if this kind of a shipment could be there, people will have just wondered. Because if we get such kind of a report, there's a shipment coming. You will hear from today, I don't need you. You are not interrogating, you are not putting me into a platform to make sure that I'm knowing whatever is coming from outside. To this, Nyabohanse, I have to know because I'm the one who gave you the platform and the people who are following you, I lured them to follow you. Is that development? I'm asking myself, always thinking east, thinking west. Why is the sun coming from east to the west? And the people who are in the west, even the sun is coming even from the east, whereas you are in the west. Why? Just thinking about it. Why is it in previous several years ago, everything was cheaper? Everything was cheaper. What has changed? Is it the same things are changing, they're cloning, or the people are changing? And the money is changing, the change of our change in our village of change. I don't understand. I don't understand it. Is that development that we need? Whenever I tackle a case talking about, no, our children, our girl child, they are molested. This girl child, they are our future plans. We are like investing in girls because a girl can ever assist you. Because even the female security is the one is guarding even the president. But you don't, and you are denying and exposing their own genotypic and phenotypic elevations of the genes outside. So as the people can see them as horribles, is that development? Yes, Maria. Yes? Si nimekutumia? Hapana, wewe angalia kwa message. Nishatuma kitambo. Guys, I'm still wondering, and these wanderers will ever go wandering for everyone who is wandering still in these wonders of the world. Not even the 7 wonders. Still we have the wanderers of every village. What are we going to do? You try your best to make sure that even these people are arraigned in court, to make sure that they're answering the question. I'm not the judge. We have the judges and they're not from this government. They are sent from another government which is institutional and independent government. But they want to criticize and go lure money to the same government. And they're talking about, you know what? These girls were paid so as they can just frame this kind of a boy this way. But they don't know that they're just hitting the nail onto the wall and it will never shake again. How many stands of a TV or how many nails do you just dig or hit onto the wall? Can the wall shake? It will shake because of the hammer, but a nail can never shake it. But a hammer will shake it, but no impact it will bring because the no wall can just fall on its own. Yes. Nishakutumia Maria, walai. Nimetuma message 2 kuja kwako saa hii. Wacha basi nizi shift. Maybe zimekuja na internet. Guys, I'm still wondering, how are we going to save Nyabohanse? How are we going to save it? Because the more we attach, the more we are attacked. The more we bring the safest, the more they bring their own cloning. The more they bring their cyclonic advertisements that these people have to be beaten. They have to be chased because whatever they are doing, it is not responsible for this government. What can we do with these people? It is not a trending matter. And we are just sympathizing with our ladies. If Gintu now is no longer going to make sure that I am going to tackle their own issues outside here, what our lady is going to do? We are trying our best to bring it onto the platform so as everyone can see this government is not doing is better. It has to change. Effectively, what is coming as a result is something else. They're saying no. Leaders are now lured with money. They're just bribed to say this. And yet they're the people we have all the stuck and all the statements and receipts. They were being to be lured with money, which is 5,000 Kenya shillings, to make sure that this kind of the people are sued. And I will just say that, okay, you are the people who have called me. Is that a responsibility of a leader? You're saying you have a team of people who can help you to sue Gintu. You have them. I'm alone making sure that I am giving people the valid report about this is what is happening. From the party time, it was a mess. Is now bringing an intervention talking about if I can run a party of 30 days. And what about you as a single person? It's not a party, I'm not a dancer. I'm a fact person. That's where the difference is coming from. And I'm not you. I'm a different person. What you can only shake people from is somebody who was not available. I was there. I saw what you are doing. Saying it was guarded by the police, and the same police, you lured them with money, 40,000 Kenya shillings, to see the people and the minors being molested unto your party. That is development you are talking about. Saying your mothers and your fathers, they're being accused, they're being insulted, yet you're the one who brought them to the platform. Who and shame how you are talking about they're now being humiliated. Which kind of a concept are you bringing to the people? Just analyze and think about it. You're saying, you know what? I like whenever sun is hitting unto me, and whenever it hits, you rush very fast to show and go and check where there's a shelter and just shelter yourself. You already again not revealing that you told us that you like sun. You always again come back and say, you know what, I like rain. And whenever it rains, you keep on having an umbrella shading yourself. Right now, you knew what was happening unto the villa, talking about the condoms that are going to be used, and people will be just having some children of different phases, different moods, different colors, unto the young and the trees that I'm having outside here. Is that development? Maria, acha nikusomee, eh? Okay. Dakika moja. Haya, 07 41 83 52 02. Guys, I'm still sympathizing with the real way are we going forward. Because whenever I shake you, you try to make sure that I'm intimidating you. Is that insulting you? Whenever I reveal the truth, this is the truth. The children, the girls who are there, and the development, it doesn't require children to be in that development of talking about I'm developing my villa, and children are the people who are working there. Is that development you're talking about? And whenever you talk, you come out and say, you know what, these people are now intimidating and insulting, and they're just abusing my name and my parents' name and my father's name, while the father is walking outside there with a small, very yielding, not yielding clothes outside here, talking about, you know, this is development we need. Hello, Dad, you know what? Here in the talk about the first world countries, we are wearing panties. Even we can just go and just check my mother-in-law with a panty. It's not reflective onto our area. It doesn't matter. It's very shameful, and you can just remember even the time you brought your wife, this government brought a wife, brought somebody to help, which is going to be the deputy. She was wearing non-conspicuous, anonymous clothing that she was wearing during that time. And the mother-in-law came and said, no, this is not our tribe, this is not our culture. You have to behave because we have our own rules that regulate our own selves. Can you change about it? I'm not going to understand you, whatever you are going to talk about, but change the clothing because this is not your country's. Don't bring your culture to this culture. It can never happen. That's what I'm just saying about this is a change. And the change wanted to change from your villa change, but you are not changing how the change want to change you. You have to change about it. Whenever the change comes to change you, change with the change how the change comes to change you. And that's the change we need in our development of Nyabuanse as a change. That's what we need. Right now, you are working as a maid in somewhere. The government has shifted its own power to a different country. It has gone to shake there, and I'm working. The government now, it's not the government we knew that is always bringing all the broadcasting things onto the village. Now it's going to work as a maiding in one of the different countries, which is the country that is outside our continent. We are not being bothered with such kind of the things, but we have to have a change. Whenever security, that the person who provided you with the security right now, they're in trouble. You're talking again, you'll never go to the local police that you lured money. You're not going to these local governments that are always available. Caleb. Umefikisha Nyabuanse? Sawa, sawa, nitakupigia nikichukua. Is this a change really we need? Talk about I will not depend on the police alongside our area because they are no longer now need us. The police. Look at how these police are being manipulated again because during that time, they're the ones I was depending on to make sure that they're securing my party to go on well. Right now, they're talking about this kind of the police are then corrupt, and their corruption is the one has brought that kind of the corrupt government and corrupt police station that we are always being intimidated with. And right now, they don't want their jokes, anything dealing with the King family. We don't need that one, the government. No, even the police they have just talked about. No, it can never happen. You're bringing us some chaos because you know what you have just done. They're now talking about, I am dealing with big people so as they can see Ugintu as a one person. What a shame. I'm dealing with. Talk about I'm dealing myself to make sure that I'm going to see you Ugintu. But the real fact is coming as this way. We are not going to have such kind of a government that doesn't understand its own people. doesn't know is these people having their own money, which is only pocket can drive you from one position to another. Have you ever lose or you are broken, you are broke, even the bankrupt out your pocket is already reading. And right now you talk about I'm going for a shopping and say, oh my living God, I'll stay at home because I don't have money. That's what they want us to be, because whenever they see Gintu is having some pocket demand is becoming huge, they say, you know what, now it is jealousy and getting videos and uploading. I'm always uploading 2 videos a day, and it's what I have ever talked about. I want to be different from what you are ever doing, because you are just a small guy still, because you are expiring. Just acknowledge the retirement is coming, because you are on the extent of the hill. Right now, you have just walked up and now you are just coming down. You have constructed the house already. What only you think about is just sleeping and leisuring. So keep tuned because you are just now coming down as we are rising. Why can't you understand that you will not be there for long? Even this government of Kenya, it has only 5 years. So as whenever the people vote, which kind of a government it has, a period of time, the government shall stay in touch with the people and just make sure that it's governing the country forward. But you cannot know that one. You want to stay there. Are you a dictatorship? And that's why we want to let it with a dictatorship that is still neo-colonialism in our country up to date. And that's what is on trending into Africa, and that is the responsibility of our own politicians and all the governors, the honorables we call. And whenever now it reaches at a time that we need a development and to the local place, the local center, whatever happens there, maybe somebody has died, you come in a large number. And whenever an investor comes and say, hey, I want to go and invest in Nyabuanse, the government is now coming from wherever it has reallocated themselves to, saying that we are the people who has brought the development and these people are following us and we are the people who are making it to happen. You don't want other people to negotiate and talk any other thing apart from you as the only government which is corrupt. Are we in agreement, or we are just still maneuvering and helter-skeltering all around? Wherever you go to the police, wherever it will be, whenever it will be in Nairobi, going to file their case of Gintu, making sure that now you want to talk about Gintu shall have to travel from Nyabuanse for more than 8 to 10 hours and go to the court to be aligned there in Nairobi. That's what you want and love and talk about. We have money and these people have to move from one place to another for several kilometers. And now this is what we are teaching them as to teach here. And we're talking about this is development. Even your own, you cannot defend your own pills. You cannot withstand the only people who are around your area. We have courts, we have magistrate courts, we have everything. Now you want to go and appeal a case in a court of appeal or Supreme Court, so as Gintu can be aligned there because of the money that is donation coming from the investors who want to ruin our area of Nyabuanse because of their greedy and harassment for the people in the platform. Is that development? How many people right now are crying everywhere? Talked about, I brought milk, I brought cooking oil, I brought this, but your mother was the one who was making it not to happen the way I wanted it to happen. This is the government we are talking about still. How many people expected a very good challenge? Talking about, I want my YouTube channel to grow. People traveled, talk about even people from everywhere, countrywide. Whenever they reach here, the YouTube channels do grow. But whenever they go, you don't support them again. And the people who rescued from the streets and you are about to be eaten outside there. Maybe you could be a PDD to this time. But say thanks to the living God because he has made it happen right now. You are still a person who can be encouraged. You have done good, yes, the government has some goods and it has some negativity. Let us not base on the truth always Whenever small negativity comes, it ramps everything. And that's why the Kenyans are called the Kenyans. And that's why the Europeans are called the Europeans. Can we change the narrative and make it happen? When? How? Who? The same investors who they come to invest the lands which is 90 years only of leasing. But the people who are giving it to you, this kind of the investors are your family. And the family is taking and saying, I have a land, I'll give it to you for free. But they know the positive advantage about it. They have a positive advantage of 2 to 10 years coming. That land will never be unto the European again. No Mzungu will ever accommodate a land in Nyabwansi. This Kenga family will not be in the platform to talk about, you know what, this land, I grabbed it this way, and it will never be there to just challenge the people who are just living there. The Mzungu will be chased away, and this is a warning I'm giving out to the people who want to invest with this kind of a government, which is not good in terms of they know what they want from you, not how you want from them. It's an advantage I'm giving you right now because you have to do it or you will just be done with you. Whenever things do be brought onto the platform right now, the only thing is talking about this person called Gintu is the one with the trouble in the Nyabwanse. Is a trouble in Nyabwanse until date. Knowing the impact that's brought with that kind of a river, there's no stretch marks. Think twice before you start lamenting any kind of the issues that are always being performed outside here without acknowledgement or asking the people who are onto the platform to tell you what is the real meaning of becoming a honorable and make sure that everyone can follow you, because they even a government, wherever it be good, no one can ever, everybody, not everyone will ever follow that kind of a government. There are people always outside to make sure that they're insisting it to happen. And the things we're insisting, it's not only one. Child molestation is the first one, and also discrimination and tribalism and narcissism is what we want it to be put aside so as people can move forward. Are we in that agreement? Whenever we raise an alarm, you start coming with the carbon oxide, coming with water so as you can just put us off. Maybe you never knew this water, maybe it's coming to pour in an electricity short that was short and fire evolved. That's what you don't know because I talked about the transformer. I'm having my own oil. And I'm working with my own oil that's just unto me, not unto you. I'm not depending on you. Whenever you see a little development that Gintu, a person who is just outside from your government, is trying to make a development, you are trying to talk about, you know what? He's just trying to make videos and you never did it. You are always talking about, you know what, I'm sick, so as the people can tell about, okay, you are sick, okay, you are sick, yes. How can we help you? I've gone to the hospital. No, I have a doctor who has treated me, but I feel like I want to get some fruits, I want to eat some fruits. Are they your wives? Unconditional circumstances do happen. Why can't we change and make our changing Nyabwanse to change the way we want it to change? Oh, my living God, the Father Almighty, the creator of heaven and earth, I believe in Jesus Christ, his own Son, our Lord, was conceived by the Holy Spirit, born of the Virgin Mary, servant and Apostles' Creed. He was crucified today, the third day he rose into heaven. He's just sitting on the right hand of the Father. He will come to judge the living and the dead. I believe in the Holy Catholic, the Holy Communion of Saints, and resurrection of the bodies from wherever they are. Why is this government not having such kind of a small script of the living God so as it can protect them? Why? Even whenever you say the Almighty Lord, creator of heaven and earth, you're thinking this world belongs to you, Nyabwanse belongs to somebody. Even if you are a Muslim, you have your own Quran that you are following. Even if you are a Christian, you have that kind of a word of encouragement coming from the priest or a pastor, always researching you to make sure that you are getting a real vibe about it. You are trying to say you are going to see Ugintu because of, your people who have been working and molesting and making sure that the ladies are not sleeping and to the village are going to the court and being arraigned and sentenced. Now you're coming to say I'm lowering people money. That's not a kind of development we need. So you want to sympathize with people that this kind of a boy who did it, it's wrong. So people are lying. Unconditional. Look at how fakenism is just protruding from your mood and the face, coming out talking about such kind of the shit. You want to look like you are the only person who is always right. There's nothing wrong has ever done with this government. No. Whatever comes in, this government is doing this. No. These people are jealousy because they're out of the government. Oh, my living God. Where are we going? Is this going to be saved? Hey, I'm giving a call. Are you the OCS? Yes, I'm the OCS. Please, there's a person who is bringing some disturbances to my family. Yet you're the one who always substantiating yourself, talking about, yes, this family is bad. This mother, I don't like the mother. The father committed suicide, wanted to commit suicide. Whenever I bring such kind of the same video from the same people talking about, I heard this from the mouth of the government, that I heard it. Your father was about to commit suicide. Is it the fact? Tell us the fact. The father is there. The guy said, they're trying to chase clout. They're trying to find a content, and that's why we were being used as the content in the villa. The government was using us as a content. Right now, there's no one to be used like a content. Now he's a maid in Argentina. Now that's the only following and the only things that he can do to rescue himself from such kind of the poverty that's coming very close, very near. Gintu is going to be strong enough, and the people who are supporting Gintu are always in, and we're just going to be disturbed and talking about why is Gintu being always being followed. The channel is growing, and it's not like the ones that you left onto the village. It's now the channel that's growing very meticulously and fantastic at the same time. Just quote my words. Give me time. I'll be more than you. And I trust the living God, I'm going to be more than you. And this is the fact I'm saying. And give it in touch. Get it into your brain and get into your bones and bone marrows. That Gintu is coming in another vibe, not like yours. Don't cheat people. Don't cheat people, because you're talking about, yes, guys, let me tell you, one day I slept, I was born in the cages of the goats where they're sleeping. Are you Jesus? So do you want to mimic the name of the Jesus? You want to mimic the birth of Jesus, the born of Jesus? Oh, my living God, which kind of a cloning is coming? I cannot substantiate now this kind of a narrative because it's too much. Let me say to the final touches of these. Gintu will remain to be as strong as I am even right now. Gintu will never have any intimidation from no one. Whoever wants to sue Gintu can come and sue, because I'm always available unto the village. And whatever you don't know, the villagers will ever say to you, you never did it the way it was to be done. Because I'm always moving from one place, from one boma, which is in quotes, one homestead to another, giving them the only green vegetables. But you are injecting a methyltestosterone hormones to them to change them and lure them and make them down and by fool and be fooled with this kind of a government that, oh, my living God, you know what? This person is lying. Who is lying between me and the government? I'm trying to elaborate it and break it down. Keep it tuned if you're first time you're watching this video from wherever you are. It's _Gintu back again to the root of today. And ever. Subscribe, like if you've reached unto this end. Subscribe, like, share, comment, and also make sure that you are hitting the thumbs up. So as we move, and whenever we move as a team. Team strong always. And whenever they say, yeah, you know, the government is the only bringing the only positive things to the government or outside to the people, anyone who is opposing the government is a negative reactor. Is that a bifendal or a neocolonialism that is still trending because of the Britons left it in Kenya? And they were saying, if diplomacy fails, a force is applied. Now you want to act with a force because diplomacy, it was started by one man from Jamaica, but it failed because of your own helter-skeltering and jealousy about what has to happen to Nyambwanse. You don't have a mind to Nyambwanse people. Why? Why? And now you're saying these people are jealousy, they're looking for views, they're looking for videos. Why are you not proposing and making a content twice a day? That's a challenge because all your crew members and dynasty you are, they're not uploading 2 videos a day. I'm just giving them a challenge. And still I'm coming with the third one, which is the live every day after every 2 videos. Now you'll cry and faint at the same time. The government is going to be sealed out from the government and Kenya must go. This government is tribalism. It must go, the narcissist one. And that's why we say Kenya must go. Let it be that way and everyone go that way, that way, that way. And the Kenya must go. And this is the point. Keep it tuned, keep it locked.